How do you count cells in Excel while ignoring blank spaces? Imagine you have a big list of data in Excel, and you want to know how many entries actually have something in them. But you do not want to count the empty cells. How do you do that? Well, there are a few simple ways to count only the cells with data, ignoring the blank ones. The first method uses the count function. This function counts all cells that are not empty. It includes cells with numbers, words, logical values like true or false, errors, and even formulas that show nothing but still contain data. To use it, you write is equal to counta and then select your range of cells. For example, if your data is in cells A1 to A10, you write is equal to counta, A1, A10. This will give you the total number of cells with any kind of data, ignoring the truly blank cells. Another way is to use the countif function with a special criterion. Countif can count cells based on conditions. To count cells that are not blank, you use the criteria, which means not equal to blank. So you write is equal to countif and then your range followed by, for example, is equal to countif, A1, A10, will count all cells in that range that have something in them. This method is very effective when you want to exclude empty cells. If you need to count cells that meet multiple conditions but still ignore blanks, you can use the countifs function. For example, if you want to count cells in one column that are not blank and also meet another condition in a different column, you can write is equal to countifs, range 1, condition 1, range 2. This counts only the cells that satisfy both conditions, ignoring the blank ones in the second range. Sometimes, cells look blank but actually contain spaces or formulas that return empty strings. These are tricky because counta and countif will count them as filled. To exclude such cells, you can use more advanced formulas with the trim function, which removes spaces, or the len function, which checks the length of the content. For example, is equal to SumProduct. Len trim range 0 counts only cells with actual visible content, ignoring spaces or empty strings. You can also quickly see how many non-blank cells are in a range by selecting it and looking at the status bar at the bottom of Excel. It automatically shows the count of cells with data, which is handy for quick checks without writing formulas. To sum up, if you want to count cells with data but ignore the blanks, use the counta function for a quick total, or countif with for more control. For multiple conditions, countifs works well. Remember, these functions are part of the essential formulas and functions in Excel that help you manage and analyze data efficiently. Knowing how to count only the cells with actual data makes your data analysis more accurate and saves you time.